was very, very enjoyable. She taught me a lot in my math class. She taught me to enjoy learning math. She taught a lot of other students the same, to enjoy, and a lot of other students learn to enjoy, to learn math the way that she taught it to us. I would say she was a very, very good teacher.
It's Kayleen Berger, and I just want to say thank you so much for everything you've done for the junior high. I know when I was there, you were always so kind to me and uplifting, and I really appreciate that. And I just would like to say, please enjoy your retirement.
Mrs. Pember was a very influential teacher who impacted hundreds of people's lives and brought a lot of hope to the world.
Thank you for letting me be your teacher's aide. I'm excited because I got to help you grade papers and pass out school subjects and stuff. Thank you for letting me be your teacher's aide and letting me help you. Thank you. I love you, and I will miss you being my teacher.
Congratulations, Mrs. Pember. So I wanted to say that I gained my love of being a teacher as a young girl watching my mom teach, and I would teach my siblings, and then once I got into high school, she would have me come to her class and teach art to her class, and I loved doing that. And then I gained a love for tutoring as a young girl and used her reading program and tutored kids. And so I've been teaching since I was little and started teaching school in her classroom when I was a teenager. And then I would go after school to her classroom and work on her bulletin board. So that's where my love of teaching started. And then I got my teaching degree at ASU, followed in her and Grandma Burgoyne's footsteps, and just think it's neat what she led. And anyway, I know Mrs. Pember, you can say her name anywhere in St. John's and Snowflake and Taylor, and everybody loves Mrs. Pember. She's a wonderful teacher, and we're grateful that she's put so much time and heart and energy into her students, and that they love and adore her, and for her example as a good teacher. So thank you for teaching me to love teaching as well. Congratulations on retiring.
One thing that's really stood out to me about my mom as a teacher is her care for each individual student. She's always taken the time to go to them individually, specifically, and help exactly what they need and take the time to do it. Many times as I stayed after in her classroom, she would have students come and she would take the time, her prep time, to go over and tutor them or just help them on even just one project, or even just like with life advice. She would take the time to sit and study with them. And even she did it with me all the time. She tutored me specifically in reading. I remember sitting down and going over phonics with her because I struggled with reading. And she took that time with me, and I saw her do it with every single person. Even if she's in the middle of teaching a class, someone had a question, she would address that question in the middle of her teaching. And I think that's so important, and that shows how much she finds it important, each person and their learning and what they can accomplish, that she would help each one in their specific way. And I just think my mom is the best teacher. I've experienced it firsthand, and I've watched it. And as I've come into her classroom as an adult and I see her students, I can tell that they know she cares about each one of them.
So I didn't have the opportunity to be a student in Mom's classroom, but I know she's an incredible teacher, especially because all of her students, when they approach me, it's like, are you Mrs. Pember's daughter? She's my favorite teacher. She's so amazing. She's so cool. And she is. She's totally incredible. And she's incredible because of who she is. She loves her students. She loves what she teaches, and she loves to share it. And she's real. So, congratulations, Mom, on your retirement.
I remember when I was in 8th grade, I was Mrs. Pember's aide. Every holiday, she would bring me a little gift, and it was so much fun just hanging out and talking to her. And before then, she used to always bring me cookies to my house. She's really sweet.
This is Charlotte, and I am really glad that I got to be your student in junior high when I was a 7th grader, and seeing my siblings going through your class and having you teach them and moving on. And now you're moving on. Grandma, I love you.
Hey Grandma, it's Kalisha. I always loved being in your class, and I loved the specific time when we were doing all the get to know yous at the beginning of the year. I thought it was so funny when you said that you got robbed in Rome, and I knew that. I thought I was the coolest person ever about you, that I knew you. So thank you for being my grandma, and thank you for letting me aid in your class and helping me with math and being so excited for me. Love you.
Mrs. Pember and I go way back to our Snowflake Intermediate days. 20 years? Almost 20. So my first remembrance of Sylvia is there at Snowflake Intermediate during the winter time, and we all had to do either a recess duty or a lunch duty or PE or something. And poor Sylvia has a tough time with cold. And she'd be out there freezing. So I'd go and do her duty for her every once in a while when I could. Sylvia is, I bet you most of you don't realize this, but she's bilingual. You are. She teaches English and math language. It was always so, I don't know, fascinating, heartwarming, whatever you want to call it. I would just go in, humbling, I guess, more than anything. I'd go into her classroom and just observe and sit there and listen to those kids and her talk math back and forth. And it's a whole different language, I promise. They talk about quadrants and X and Y and this and that. And it just is amazing to me that she teaches those kids that language of math. I don't know. Words always fall short. They really do. Always fall short when you try to describe somebody's impact on kids. So we at the junior high asked the kids to write down words that describe Mrs. Pember. And then we put that into a program, and the frequency of the words determines the size of the font. And anyway, so these are from the kids' words. And then we put it together in this little shape like an apple. Obviously, Mrs. Pember is the biggest, but these are some of the words that her students used to describe her. Sweet, superb, bright, smart, math, chill, tall, sweetheart, and this is a really good one, stunning, helpful, intelligent, positive, bright, another chill, understanding, cool, kind, patient, and then the one that describes her the best, teacher. So that's for you, because she's a remarkable teacher. She has been. I've asked Mr. Owens if he would put together just a small sampling of how wonderful she is as far as teaching math goes, and everything, but particularly in this case math. In 2016, this is her classes that we're taking the high school algebra class. 8th graders taking high school algebra, end of the year state standard test. In 2016, 95% of her kids scored either proficient or highly proficient, 95%. In 2017, 100%. 2018, 100%. 2019, 100%. one of those years, now that's either doing proficient or highly proficient. Now one of those years, maybe you remember, every one of her kids in that class, 100%, scored highly proficient on that test. There's not a teacher in the state that can make that claim. I can say that with total confidence, that there's nobody else in the state that can claim that. It was always so much fun going into her classroom, and the respect that the kids showed her, the love, you could just see it. She was always so supportive of me and all of the other kids, and just, she is the epitome of a dedicated, loving, wonderful teacher. And I count my blessings that I was able to work with her all these years. She's wonderful.
That was definitely a very nice tribute. I appreciate that. I just want you to know that. Oh, thank you. This is Charlotte. You guys probably know her, my granddaughter. Am I supposed to open it right now?
I know.
Yeah, she made it for you. And she's such a cool teacher. In St. John, she did a reading program, and she challenged her kids, if they read so many books, that she would eat fried worms. So that worm has a little more significance than. She's a good teacher. She's dedicated.
I just want to say that I have really loved these junior high children. I taught 5th grade some of the time, and that's when I was over at Snowflake Intermediate. Believe it or not, junior high is a wonderful age. Individually, they're wonderful students. And I really love teaching the children. It's been a great experience for me. And then I'll say a quote from Mr. Hargrove that retired a couple of years ago. He said, "How can you not love retirement when every day you wake up it's Saturday?" So thank you. It's been wonderful. Thank you for that privilege.
You were a great teacher. Happy retirement.
I was at the school board meeting right after Mom received her plaque, and she felt all embarrassed because they told her she had to speak. And then I asked if I could say something. They said I could. So I said that Mom is a very unique lady in the fact that she is now teaching grandchildren of some of her students, and that there's hardly a week that doesn't go by that a student from the past will come up and give her a hug and thank her for being their teacher.
I also love the time when we would go to your classroom and all my friends would call you Miss Grandma. So that was the best, or Grandma Pember, or Miss Pember. I don't know. I don't remember it, but it was just fun that I thought I was the coolest person ever because my grandma worked at the junior high. And I loved eating lunches with you and just spending those mornings with you and you helping me and all those times that, I don't know, just all the special times that we had together. I miss those and hope we can make more. I love you, Grandma.
Mom was always a numbers lady. The funnest memory I have of Mom and numbers is always putting together her class's monthly calendar. She never missed a month and never ever was late to making her month start. She always knew what numbers started on what day, even back in the day when we didn't have cell phones to easily look up what day was the first day of the month. I enjoyed helping Mom put together her monthly calendar, sometimes after school or before school. I went to her classroom last month for the very first time in years, and her monthly calendar was up to par, just the way it was 30 years ago when she started.
Well, hi, my name is Andrea Osment. I'm doing this video for Sister Pember, or Aunt Sylvia, I would call her, on how good of a teacher she's been, and I've gotten help from her in the past, from like on Ames tests, I guess you'd say, when I had to go for testing in there. I guess when I've needed help with other math stuff or whatever, she's been a really great helper, and me and Cody love her, and hopefully she's enjoyed her teaching. And congrats on teaching for all those years, and that you get to actually spend some retirement a little bit. Hopefully it's fun, and hope you guys have a great day. Love you, you're awesome. Bye.
Thanks, Miss Pember, for being a good teacher and helped me with my math. I really appreciate it.
Hey, it's Kaylee, your favorite. I'm so grateful that I had you as a teacher, because like I literally would not be here without you. So happy retirement, happy teaching. Thanks.
I love you. I am his, and I like to, and when I visit to our classroom, I like to draw on the board and do airplanes.
Hi, my name is Eden, and you are my grandma, and I love you so much, and I love to bake with you. Love you. Owie. I also like riding on a whiteboard and then erasing all the stuff on there for you. I also love to eat lunch with you in your classroom.
Yep. And you know you did your best, huh?
Yeah.
Yep. And you're better by even just trying, aren't you?
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, congratulations for even trying. You're braver than me, so.
Yeah, me too.
Hello, Teddy, you're the best seventh grade teacher ever. Congratulations. Congratulations, you're old now.
I'm Lucy Melser. I enjoyed your game days. My name is Cadence, and I really liked how kind and patient you were to all your students.
Are you saying that it was rewarding to be a school teacher after all?
Of course it is. Reaching out to others and teaching.
What do you think of that you had a daughter that wanted to do the same thing as you? How does that make you feel?
Well, I'm very proud of her. I think that's really quite an accomplishment. You know, to take care and bring in some of the finances to cover your own needs. Take care of yourself. I still can go to church and see some of my students that I taught, and it's a delight to see them.
What words of advice do you have for Sylvia now that she's going to retire from all her years of teaching?
It's nice to be able to retire and do your own thing, and certainly you get, some rewards financially, but it's fun to go to church and see some of your students there and be friends with them still. Well, she has maybe other ideas that she'd like to perform, things to do, so she can go the way she wants to go. Be a good mother and grandmother and
Okay. That sounds good.
Fun family things to do.
Well, I'm sure you're very proud of her for all her great accomplishments.
Sylvia, absolutely.